Living in a silent mind, freedom from suffering. A silent mind. For many people, life plays out against a backdrop of mainly stressful and anxious thoughts and feelings. When there's a total identification with those thoughts and feelings, life becomes a continual battle to find even a moment's peace or contentment. A feeling of uneasiness taints moments that would otherwise be pleasant and joyful. Living in a silent mind removes unnecessary suffering. You spend less time worrying and more time living. Freedom from negative thoughts and feelings releases you into the simplicity of the present moment. Living in a silent mind is seeing from the perspective of the present moment rather than through the filters of the story of you. When using phrases like, I have a lot on my mind, I changed my mind, I need to clear my mind, or it's all in your mind, the mind being referred to is an inner dialogue of thoughts and feelings. These everyday expressions don't come close to understanding the mind I'm pointing to within these meditations. Dictionary definitions don't help much either. Mind. The part of a person that makes them able to be aware of things, to think and feel. There were all kinds of thoughts running through my mind. Here, the definition of mind that enables us to be aware of things and through which all things run points to the awareness within which the thoughts arise. This mind that is able to be aware of things is impossible to grasp and difficult to describe. In fact, I would go further and say it's indescribable because it's not something we can touch. It's not a thing that is available to the senses. Comparisons and metaphors can help when attempting to describe the indescribable. Comparing your mind to the sky. Your mind is like this sky, an open expanse within which things appear. Thoughts that appear in your mind can be compared to the clouds that appear in the sky. This blue backdrop we call sky is impossible to embrace. If we wanted to find it and take a plane up to meet it, there would be nothing to see or touch. There's nothing we can hold on to and declare, this is the sky. Nevertheless, it's the backdrop to everything that appears within it. When we look upwards during a clear day, the sky seems very real. It appears as a blanket of blue. However, what we see isn't something we can touch or hold or even approach. It's non-physical, not tangible or concrete. This non-physical nature of the sky is crucial in understanding a silent mind. Your mind, like the sky, has contents. The sky is an open expanse within which things appear. It's the background to things like clouds, planes, birds, the weather, etc. It is real in the sense that you can see its blueness, but unreal in the sense that it has no definable boundaries and therefore isn't contained within anything. Similarly, your mind is an open expanse within which thoughts appear. Your mind is the background. It's important to understand that your mind, like the sky, has no boundaries and isn't a thing that can be embraced or held or focused upon. It's the background within which things we call thoughts appear. Your mind is more fundamental than your thoughts because without it there would be nowhere for the thoughts to arise. Clouds can only exist because there's a sky within which they appear. Thoughts can only exist because there's a mind within which they appear. And just as the sky has no boundaries, neither does the mind. The mind lives in the present. It doesn't recognize the past or the future. It only experiences the present moment. It lives in the now. Living in the eternal present means that it's free from any concerns of past or future. It's important to realize that the past and future cannot exist in the mind. This can be tricky to comprehend and will be expanded upon later, along with how a silent mind relates to future planning. But for now, just entertain the possibility that the past and future are created by your thoughts, not your mind. If your mind could speak, it would say that it's spontaneous, free-flowing, and at peace, that it needs nothing, yearns for nothing, and isn't affected by anything that appears within it. Just as the sky isn't touched by the clouds, neither is your mind touched by your thoughts. If your mind could speak, it would say it's unaffected by internal thoughts or external events, that it's infinite and eternally present, has no boundaries and no past or future, and lives in the here and now, content and at peace.